Welcome to our Secure Act 2.0 series. This is where we provide the most updated information on this landmark legislation. This edition, required minimum distributions. In Secure Act 2.0, there are many provisions that were related to the required minimum distribution, which built off of the original Secure Act, which, if you remember, was passed in December of 2019. The original Secure Act moved the required minimum distribution age from 70.5 to 72 for many people. So Secure Act 2.0, what it did is it moved it from 72 to 73 for many people, and then also 75. So the way that works is if you were not age 72, if you were younger than age 72, by January 1st of 2023, then your required minimum distribution age is now 73, not 72. And if you are not age 75, by January 1st of 2033, your required minimum distribution age is not 73, it is 75. So what this does effectively is it gives you a longer amount of time frame to implement some really impactful tax planning strategies that can have an impact on decreasing your overall retirement tax bill. Roth conversions are one of those strategies, and we did a video series on the Roth conversions as well. Another change that Secure Act 2.0 made was with your Roth 401k plans. Now, I'm not talking about your Roth IRAs. So this is your Roth 401k plans. If you separated service from an employer, but you left your Roth 401k plan behind with that employer, and you are over age 72 or the required minimum distribution age for you, you were still mandated to take out a distribution from that Roth 401k. Now, that's confusing for many people, because if you have a Roth IRA and you're over the required minimum distribution age, you don't have a required distribution for your Roth IRA. So you can see how that gets confusing. So this legislation, Secure Act 2.0, does clean that up. And what they say is if you leave your 401k plan behind, your Roth 401k plan behind, you are not required to take out a distribution from the Roth 401k plan, just as it is with your Roth IRA. So that's really nice that it cleans up that, and there'll be a lot less confusion around required distributions from Roth accounts. The other thing I really like is it decreased the penalty if you missed your required minimum distribution. The penalty used to be 50%. So just as a quick example, if your required minimum distribution is $7,000 and you missed it, if you did not take it out within the required time frame, you would owe a $3,500 penalty, plus you would still have to take out the $7,000 and be taxed on that $7,000 as well. So it is expensive. And they went a step further and they said, if you correct your mistake within the correction window, then they will decrease that penalty even further from 25% to 10%. Now, the obvious question is, what is a correction window? The correction window starts the date the tax penalty is imposed and ends upon the earliest of the following dates: when the notice of the deficiency is mailed to the taxpayer, when the tax is assessed by the IRS, or the last day of the second tax year after the tax is imposed. So the good news is if you correct your mistake within the correction window, you won't have to pay the 50% penalty nor the 25% penalty. It's decreased all the way down to just 10%. So it really encourages people to self-report, self-fix, and that is really good news. The other part of this legislation that changed is the statute of limitations provision. The way it used to be is that after 3 years of you filing Form 5329, then you wouldn't have a penalty on the required minimum distribution, even if you didn't take it out at that point. That's this end of the statute of limitations. Well, the problem is that if you forgot your required minimum distribution, you probably also didn't file your Form 5329, which means in essence there wasn't a statute of limitations. So what they did in this Secure Act 2.0 is they changed it and they said once you file your Form 1040 for the year that you were supposed to take out that required minimum distribution, then it's 3 years from that time frame that it starts. Let's say you didn't have to file taxes though, which means you didn't file a Form 1040, then it's tax deadline for that year that you were supposed to file the 1040. So virtually for everybody now, there should be a 3-year statute of limitations, which means even if you don't take out your required minimum distribution because you completely forgot, the tax penalties don't continue to build up. They will end after that 3-year time frame. And I think that's a big change for many people. So as you can see, Secure Act 2.0 has some hefty changes as it relates to required minimum distributions. So take advantage of the retirement checkup phone call and subscribe today to make sure you get the latest updates as it relates to retirement planning, even including changing legislation to make sure your retirement stays on track.